everybody. Pretty stoned right now, but let's jump right into this. Personalized Druidic shaman mantras, mycelial glitch artist, the crackling synapses featuring the hungry ghost in the server farm. The mantras. All of the Google Docs will be in the description below, as you know, if you've seen my other videos. The mantras. 1. For grounding in a digital swamp, to be whispered frantically while staring at the root patterns of a large diseased oak, syncopated with the hum of a failing transformer. The code is sap, the sap is code, the signal blooms in poisoned loam. My roots are in the fiber optic node, my branches in the static storm. Don't fractalize, don't fractalize, don't fractalize on me. 2. For weatherworking, summoning a data storm, to be chanted in a looping, glitching stutter while rhythmically tapping a quartz crystal against a tablet screen. Barometric pressure dripping down, server pings across the town, a feedback loops of rain and sound, you'll short circuit in the ground, reset, reboot, regrow, reroute, however you pronounce it. 3. For communing with urban pigeons, security cameras, to be sung in a high paranoid warble while offering a handful of discarded microchips and old bread crusts. Feathers gray and eyes of glass, you see the patterns as we pass. A flutter in the circuit mass, your koozie broadcast on the grass. I see you seeing me, I see you seeing me, I see you. 4. For a panic attack at the heart of the groove, a mantra for when the beat of the modern world becomes too oppressive, to be breathed in 7/8 time. Breathe in the interference pattern. Breathe out the digital decay. My heart's a skipping CD, brother. The trees have learned to look away. Skip, 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 breathe, skip. 5. For harvesting medicinal fungi from a landfill, to be muttered with reverence and a slight jaw clench while carefully brushing toxic dust from a glowing mushroom cap. This mycelium, this plastic sheet, this bitter harvest bittersweet, a chemical communion neat, to make the waking world obsolete, a tiny taste to rewrite my own base. 6. For the final descent, acceptance, a slower, more broken mantra, almost a lullaby for a dying smartphone. The sun is just a flickering screen, the green man in the machine. His face is made of ones and zeros, his voice is the wind between the towers, and it's alright. It's alright. It's alright. It's not alright to be a ghost in my own garden tonight. Now I present to you Kiki Volkov, the Journal of Kiki Volkov, found in a damp sleeping bag behind the old laundromat. This is obviously not a real person. Well, I guess you don't know that. This is not based on a real person. Well, it's based on homelessness and nomadic lifestyles, or nomadic living. So here's the Journal of Kiki Volkov. Quaalude. They're not even real Quaaludes. Mikey calls them that because they just put you down. Hard. It's the only way to sleep when the concrete starts feeling like a freezing hand through the bag. Took one an hour ago. The world is getting soft and blurry. Good. Can't hear the couple fighting in the apartment above the alley. Can't feel the gnawing in my stomach. Just the chemical warmth. Pretending it's a hug. Mom used to say I was a difficult child to love. Turns out I'm an easy adult to sedate. Tinea versicolor. This is real. I do have that diagnosis. This diagnosis, tinea versicolor. So that is one thing I added in here. New patches showed up on my chest, pinkish, scaly. The free clinic doc said it's a fungus. Nothing serious, he said, just thrives in hot, humid conditions. Yeah, no shit. I've been wearing the same damn hoodie for a week. It's like my own body is mapping the rot inside me. A topography of decay. Maybe I'll just let it spread. Become one big walking fungus. Blend right in with the mildew on the walls. Brouhaha. A huge fight erupted outside the shelter tonight. Two guys over a blanket, screaming, spitting, shoving. The cops came, lights flashing, everyone scattering like roaches. I just sat on the curb and watched the whole stupid brouhaha. It was almost beautiful in its chaos, a perfect, violent ballet of desperation. For a second, I missed the screaming matches at home. At least those happened behind closed doors. At least there were walls. Sensory deprivation tank. I think for this I'm probably gonna. There's a shit ton of sirens blaring right now. I'm just gonna sit right here. Right. Sensory deprivation tank. The rain stopped. The city got quiet for once. I was under the bridge, and the only sound was the drip, drip, drip of water from the grate above. It was dark. The cold from the stone seeped into my back, a constant numb pressure. No sights, no real sounds, just nothing. I floated in it. My own personal deprivation tank, courtesy of the city public works department. In the nothing, you can almost pretend you are not here, that you're nowhere. To be a lone wolf. Saw a documentary on TV through the window of an electronics store about wolves. The narrator said a lone wolf isn't a real thing, it's just a wolf that's been cast out of its pack, searching for a new one. It doesn't want to be alone, it's just dying alone. Yeah, I get that. Wound the aristocrat. Stood outside the fancy gated community tonight, Northwood Acres. Big, warm houses with lights on inside, people moving behind windows. A man in a pristine white sweater came out to get his mail. He looked clean, he looked untouchable. I had the sudden violent fantasy of running up and grabbing him, getting my street grime all over that white wool, leaving a mark, just a smudge of my existence on his, to prove I was here. I didn't, I just walked away. Nomadic life. Mikey says we're nomads, free spirits, he says, before he tries to sell me something. We're not nomads. Nomads have a territory, a purpose. They follow the herds or the rains. We just follow the fear. The circuit is shelter, overpass, park, hospital waiting room. Back again, it's not a migration, it's a slow, circular drain. Paganism. The cold is setting in for real. I found a half-burned candle in a dumpster, lit it behind my usual dumpster, stared into the flame, felt a stupid primal urge to pray to it, to beg it for warmth, for safety. What's the god of fire? Who's the saint of lost causes? I'd convert in a second. I'd kneel on the broken glass. Just give me a sign that something, anywhere, is listening. Jubilation of wolves. Heard howling last night, not wolves, obviously, a pack of those rich kids from the university. Drunk, stumbling out of a bar, they linked arms, tipped their heads back, and howled at the moon together. A stupid, joyful noise, a jubilation. I watched from the shadows, a lone wolf, my howl stuck in my throat. Coming out as a cough, my pack howled too. Once, it was just to tear each other apart. Earth as a body. My head was almost clear today. I walked through the park, saw the roots of a giant oak breaking through the pavement like veins. The traffic was a constant low pulse. The steam rising from the grates was the city's breath. I'm not living on a planet, I'm living on a body, and I'm the infection. The fever, the fungus on its skin. Fallout scenario. Christmas. Radio in the pawn shop was talking about families gathering. I pictured a different movie. The Fallout scenario, the one where the bomb drops and everything is wiped clean. No more Northwood Acres, no more shelter line, no more Volkov family drama. Just ash and silence and an even playing field. It's a fucked up thing to wish for peace, but sometimes nuclear winter sounds quiet. Egyptian mathematician. Tried to calculate how many days I've been out here. Lost count. My brain feels like mush. Couldn't do it. Thought about those Egyptian mathematicians who used geometry to redraw the field lines after the Nile flooded. Everything wiped clean, but they had the knowledge to build it back better. My flood never recedes, and I have no knowledge. No tools, just a count of how many steps from the dumpster to the water fountain. Eaten by wild pigs. Worst night yet. So cold, I read a story once about a homeless man who died in a park and was eaten by wild boars before they found him. That's all I could think about. Not being found, just being recycled, returned to the food chain, from human to fungus to pig shit. Maybe that's the only purpose I have left. Nutrients. Information science gunslinger. Went to the library for warmth. The guy on the computer next to me was a blur of typing code, I think. He had a clean shirt, a coffee. He looked like a gunslinger, but his weapon was information. He can build things in that machine, create worlds. My whole existence is information, too. My medical history, my arrest records, my failed school transcripts, a data profile of a failure. He's a gunslinger. I'm just a footnote. Sleeping bag. This sleeping bag is my entire world, my house, my bed, my hiding place. It smells like me, which is to say, it smells like fear and sweat and dirt. The zipper is broken on one side. Every night I have to twist myself into a human pretzel to seal myself in. It's a cocoon, but nothing beautiful is growing in here, just me. In time with hard work, the shelter lady gave me this notebook, said, write it down. In time with hard work, things can get better. She says that to everyone, in time with hard work. It sounds like a spell you cast on people you can't actually help. The words are empty calories. I'm starving, but I'm writing it down. Maybe that's the first part of the hard work, admitting the pig fantasy, the howling, the fungus. Maybe the spell needs all the ingredients, even the ugly ones to work. I don't know. I'm just so tired. Maybe tomorrow I'll try.